Welcome back and thanks for watching NBC5 News at 6. I'm Kristen Hosfeld.
And I'm Craig Smullen. Only on NBC5 tonight. A vast majority of police officers will go their entire careers without firing their weapon. But now more than ever, officer-involved shootings are in the spotlight and at the forefront of political conversations across the country.
Tonight in a two-part special report, we're going inside the Medford Police Department to learn more about when and why officers use deadly force and how their actions are evaluated following a lethal force situation.
Being involved in a lethal force situation is not something that we choose to do. It's something that we're forced to do.
Since 1990, the Medford Police Department has had 17 officer-involved shootings. Lieutenant Carrie Curtis says it's a situation no officer ever wants to be in, but it's a risk they face.
Law enforcement officers across the country don't come to work with the mindset they're going to kill somebody. If you're having to utilize lethal force, that means somebody is trying to kill you.
There are means of non-lethal force that Medford police utilize over 120 times a year.
Our tasers have been very beneficial to us and have probably saved people's lives.
But all tools, including non-lethal ones, aren't 100%.
Our statistics with tasers last year were about 60% effective.
That means the choice officers make when faced with a deadly threat is a choice that can either save or cost them their life and potentially others. And it's a decision that is made in mere seconds.
It goes from a contact to now you're presented with a lethal force situation.
And under extreme circumstances.
When you're faced with a lethal force situation, our bodies do weird things. Auditory exclusion, where we lose hearing. Tunnel vision, where our eyes lose peripheral vision. Heart rate, breathing, all of those things increase, and adrenaline dump.
In other words, under extreme pressure, officers are evaluating if the person they're facing has the intent, means, and opportunity to cause them harm. And they're often doing that in less time than it took me to say these sentences. So they make the best decision based on the tools and training they have. Like this simulator.
The whole gamut of scenarios that we might face in reality are presented in the computer system.
A tool that aims to help officers think and act as quickly as possible.
Sir, why don't you put the bottle down? Just put the bottle down and come here. Our goal is to stop the threat. It's not to kill somebody. It's to stop the threat.
It's no different than it is for a civilian.
According to Jackson County District Attorney Beth Heckert, the same laws apply for police and civilians when it comes to self-defense.
So once the investigation has been completed, we present the cases to the grand jury in our county. So you have 7 people from your community who are hearing all of this information and then making their determination from the information they've heard.
5 of the 7 grand jurors have to agree, but most often, Heckert says their decisions are unanimous. In every case of lethal force by MPD since 1990, the officer was cleared. And although the same laws apply, officers are actually held to a higher standard than civilians when it comes to lethal force.
Typically, if a civilian was involved in some kind of a deadly force incident that wasn't going to result in charges, we would not present it to a grand jury.
Still, there is skepticism from those who feel deaths could be avoided. Just take a look at the comments on our NBC5 Facebook page regarding similar incidents. But experts who testify in many of these cases say
officers are trained to fire until the threat stops. And so this idea that you're going to shoot a gun or a knife out of someone's hand that you might get from television or something is just completely inaccurate and not possible for anyone to do in the field.
Tomorrow on NBC5 News at 6, we're putting that theory to the test by putting you, the community, in the shoes of a police officer. A group of Rogue Valley residents with ranging opinions on law enforcement will go through a training simulator where they will decide whether to shoot or not shoot. Will their opinions change? Find out tomorrow on NBC5 News at 6.